What's up, guys? Mike, aka Fony. This is a little talk, a little discussion. I want to go over a couple things, just very small handfuls of things. There's a lot of things that happened just kind of throughout my day-to-day that I do for things I do for ZAM and all that stuff, and the things I kind of keep on monitor. And I don't always tweet everything. I feel like, I just don't want to bombard my Twitter account with like every random piece of news that comes up. But you know what, though? I do like talking. So why don't I go over just a couple things that happened just today, right? So I'm kind of starting, you guys already noticed, I'm kind of starting to get back into the groove with Indie for Breakfast. I have another one planned. We'll talk about that in a second for probably Monday. But first, there is TGS, also known as Polaris, right? Artist previously known as TGS, the game station. Polaris hit me up and they're like, hey, can you take a look at these videos? And if you like them, go ahead and promote them on your channel. That'd be great. And they always do like these kind of network pushes where they can reach out to a couple members and they say, hey, there's something you might like. If you like it, go ahead and put it out. And this one seemed kind of weird because they're like, hey, we got these videos that we're working with this dude and all this stuff, and we want you to go ahead and take a look at them, and if you like them, make a video about it. And I was like, you want me to make a video about some videos? That sounds really silly, but I get it, right? I mean, I could tweet it, I could put it on Facebook. That's reaching a fraction of the number of people that follow me, because a lot of you guys, you only sub here on YouTube, and that's it. You can't be bothered or arsed, for some of you, to go and create a Twitter account and to follow all that stuff. And I get it. That's cool. I understand. No problem. So here I am. These videos, which I'll go ahead and put links to right here somewhere. You can go ahead and click on something somewhere here. I'll figure out where to put them. You can go and watch them right now, and I highly suggest that you pause this and go and watch them, okay? Because I'm gonna talk about them in a second. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to. They're actually really well done, and the concept is actually really fucking unique. And we've seen. I don't want to. Okay, Jose, I don't go watch it. Okay, I'll wait like 10 seconds so you could go ahead and hit pause. Okay, pause. Go. All right, now you've watched them. Good, excellent. You've watched the videos. Now let's go and talk about like the addict, okay, and the fixer. Well, I mean, there's also the star, and of course there's the other one. So this concept we've seen before. I mean, it's not that it's not unoriginal or anything like that, but it's essentially you take kind of a unique and unexpected approach to something that's you don't really consider to be applicable. Okay, Mortal Kombat had a fan-made a trailer where they used I can't remember the name of the guy, but they basically had a whole bunch of Mortal Kombat kind of like in more of a day-to-day, more of a realistic type scenario. Not necessarily the old Mortal Kombat movies. This was very much like these guys in kind of this underground society, like secret agents meeting type room. I don't know. I can't even describe it, but that was really great, and a lot of people really kind of took that well because it was such a unique take on Mortal Kombat. Now, just thinking about that video was actually pretty amazing as well. If I could find it, if I type in Mortal Kombat fan made, you could probably find it. Honestly, just go do it yourself. Take 2 seconds. But that's exactly what these guys did. For those of you guys who remember or are old enough to remember, John Leguizamo, and I want to say the dude that's who played Mario? I can't remember, but John played Luigi in the Mario Brothers. I think Dennis Hopper was actually Bowser in that one, right? Is that true? I think so. This came out in like the 90s, and it was terrible. It was bad. It was like really weird. The Koopa Troopers, right? I think they referred to them as troopers in the movie, but the Koopa Troopers, they were terrible. Bowser, really terribly done. It was just a really strange movie. It was almost as if they just kind of got footnotes, just like a couple of outlines of what the characters were, minus the stuff that actually made those characters what they were, Bowser was not any kind of lizard. It was just a dude who just had, he kind of had, I guess, like lizard qualities and such, but it was just bad, terrible. This take that they did on the Mario Brothers, this one actually it feels a lot more like Mario Brothers 2 because it's the 4 characters, and it's the 4 characters you can select. You have Toad, Peach, you have Mario and Luigi. That game, first off, was one of my favorites, but this whole take on it was just so good. The Fixer, I want to say my favorite is probably the Addict. The way they kind of, address Luigi and everything. If I could lay down some critique, because I can't resist, I was hoping that Luigi's skull cap, that he would just flip up the front and it would have an L on it, right? Like, I think that would have been pretty awesome. You could keep the skull cap. It doesn't have to have a hat. I'm okay with him not having a hat. But whatever. He put the hat on and he went and did his fireball thing. That was pretty goddamn amazing. The star was a bit strange. Probably my least favorite of the group. But the star was still good. And also showed, I don't know what the hell happened at the end there. I have to go back and watch it again. The way she regened her fingers, and then she turned into like a sparkly vampire. I'll have to go watch it again to look for some more cues, because I thought that was, oh duh, I get it. God damn it! I only watched it once and it just hit me. And I looked at the comments, nobody knew then either when I watched it. It's the star. Duh, she's reaching out to a star, her fingers grow back, which I think is strange, but her fingers go back, and then she starts to glow. And in Mario Brothers, when you collect a star, you start to flash. So that's exactly what it was. Jesus Christ. It took me a minute. I had to actually go back and actually walk through the steps again. But yes, that makes perfect sense. And I'm sort of surprised that the 1,000 comments that were there when I went and checked had no idea what it was. God damn it, guys. But which one was it? The Toad. Oh my god. The soldier. That was great. That was like, he looked like something out of Pan's Labyrinth, right? It was just like the dude with the hands on his eyeballs, and like he'll eat children if you eat their food. I don't even know. But which, by the way, super sad movie. I cried like a little girl. But it's an experience that everyone should go and check out for themselves. Anyways, their take on that was just so awesome, and the way he's flying on like the cloud BS, right? That was awesome. That was really, really great. Now what's funny is when I was watching, I was like, that's not Toad. Like the way he's flying on the cloud, that's the dude that throws out the spike, the spiky turtle shells, right? The spiky turtles. He throws them out. It falls down like a spike ball, and then when it hits the ground, it opens up and it's a turtle, and he kind of starts walking. He has spikes on it. That's what I thought it was because of the flying cloud thing, and also because of the shape of his head and the color and everything. Didn't really come across as, yeah, sure, it's a mushroom shape, but the color and everything reminded me more of that character. But if I recall, that character is also wearing like flight goggles or something like that as well. Though the original one from like Mario 3, 2 is kind of hard to tell. But I think 3 is a little bit more defined. And obviously some of the other Mario games, but yeah, I guess it's Toad because the whole affinity for mushrooms and whatnot. And apparently he's also supposed to be one of the good guys fighting evil, right? And he did go and attack one of Bowser's flying ships. So it's the 4 characters. I'm wondering if they're gonna put out any others beyond that, right? If we're gonna see more, just like maybe a take on Bowser. After Dennis Hopper, the original Mario Brothers one, that they have plenty of flexibility. They have, the bar was not necessarily set very high, but yeah, I'm really interested to see what their take on that is. Yoshi, man, Yoshi's is a staple in the series, of course. So I'm really interested to see what they do for Yoshi. And actually, it's funny. I don't even know what to expect from this, right? I don't know if they're planning on making like an actual fan series. I mean, not a series, but like a fan movie or something, or what? I have no idea where this is going. I'm sure it's probably written down somewhere that I didn't read, because I don't read. And but it was still, I'm hoping that whatever it is, it just doesn't need to stop, and it needs to maintain the originality and the kind of the twist and the way that they kind of the twist on the characters themselves to create these videos and the writing behind these videos and everything. So yeah, very, very cool stuff. And I've gone on much longer than I needed to, but if you guys just watched it for the first time, or if you guys have already seen it, then hopefully you guys are all kind of in the same boat. Like, damn, that is awesome YouTube material, and I wish I could just buzz out the camera. I'm going to record something just as awesome. No, it takes a lot more money and a lot more savvy than I have. I can light it and make it sound good, hey! But yeah, no, very, very cool stuff. The other thing that happened today, Tryon announces a game called Trove, and Trove is it's the best. It's probably most people are going to refer to it as a combination of Cube World and Minecraft. Now, I love Cube World. You know I love Cube World. I have massive respect for Minecraft. I love Minecraft, but I don't do a lot of videos on it because it's kind of oversaturated, and I don't really feel like doing that. But I love me some Cube World, like to death. But we all have to be honest here. The amount of communication that we get from Wally, the actual creator of the game, is laughable. I mean, and I think the biggest defense to this, a lot of people are saying, is, oh, well, he's been known to have all these silent, long streaks of silence. Shut up. No, seriously, shut up. That is the lamest excuse ever. If this guy really gave a shit about the community and his game, he would say something, or he would hire somebody with the money he made from the game, which he could probably find a volunteer and pay him $100 a month or something, to just tweet. He'll basically, maybe talk to him once a week, like, what'd you do with the game? It's like, well, I did this, this, and this, and this, and the guy would turn around and he would tweet out a couple times during the week. And there's so many things you could do, but, apparently he doesn't have time to do it. So yes, I'm upset with Wally. I am. Can he redeem himself with an awesome patch and actually, maybe stepping it up with the communication? Sure, he can. Anyways, that's my Wally rant, out of the way. The other thing, but the big thing, I think, that sets this game apart, the Trove, from Cube World, and actually makes it a lot more like a game called Vox, which is a game that I'm probably going to be covering on Indie for Breakfast this next week, actually, for sure, especially because Trove was just announced. I want you guys to see that there is a game out there called Vox that is very similar, albeit there is a certain level of polish, I want to say a certain type of polish that is on Trion's version that you don't see in Vox, but what you do see in Vox is just this insane amount of, or this insane level of creativity and customization. It's all built into the client itself. So I'll be showing off some of that stuff this next coming week on Indie for Breakfast. So I highly recommend you guys check it. But so this game is there's gonna be alpha invitations sent out in a couple weeks. Okay, that's about all they said. They also said they're not gonna do NDA. They're already demoing the game, what they had. If you guys watch the live stream, go to twitch.tv/Tryon Worlds, and you can actually go and watch the live stream and kind of catch up on stuff. But every world is supposed to be just procedurally generated, and it's gonna hold like 40 people. So it's Tryon makes worlds, okay, and it's supposed to be like a massive kind of approach to games like Cube World. Cube World, as you guys know, comes stock 4, right? But you can get a ton of people in there. It's super buggy, of course, but you can slap a whole bunch of people in there if you wanted to. But you're able to, and this is something you can't do in Cube World. Okay, well, as of right now, you're able to destroy and create on a voxel level. This is something that can be done already in Vox, the game Vox, but cannot be done in Cube World. Cube World is based off of, I want to say it's based off of something like maybe the Unreal Tournament engine or something. Unreal Tournament on the Unreal engine, but I'm not quite sure. But basically, it's not something that, as it stands right now, can be, you could go through and destroy things on a voxel level. It looks like voxel, sure, but I guess it's not. Like, just at its core, it's just not. And playing Vox helped me realize that this was the case. Now, Trove is definitely taking the voxel approach, where you can edit and build and everything based off of, individual blocks. Now, nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with having more games in this genre. It's totally fine. I'm more interested in the gameplay and how the combat works out, because they said they're not going to do PvP, but they're open to it. It's planned to be a PvE game. I'm more or less interested in how the combat's going to feel, because the combat in Cube World feels great. The combat in Vox, in the version I played, right, it's probably going to be different than the one I'm playing coming up, was also had its own twist on things, but it did actually play pretty good. And what we saw with Trove was it was very much it was straightforward action combat. I recall there being a couple abilities that this guy was activating that maybe put like a shield block around him or something like that, like an aura of sort, or bubble, but it was block shaped. But I didn't really see too many other things like, you can actively block and stuff like that. Like, I don't remember seeing too many of those, but I'll have to go back and watch it again. I was more or less listening more so than watching. But you're gonna have classes in the game, right? Just like you would expect. You're gonna have, it's supposedly gonna be, I guess, gonna be free to play. But don't quote me on that. I'm certain it is. I didn't watch it from the beginning, but I think it even says like in the trailer. I'm not sure, but I'm certain that they're gonna go to the free to play route, just get more people in there and maybe I don't know, sell. Actually, no, yeah, they're going free to play, and they're gonna sell probably. And I'm making this part up, right? They gotta find some way to monetize, right? So they're probably gonna sell, I don't know, maybe colors or maybe blueprints or something that you could to help you build stuff. I don't know. I'm actually really curious what it is they're gonna. How are they gonna monetize this thing? I have no idea, but I'll have to go back and watch the live stream again because I'm sure that question was I saw it asked. I didn't actually hear it answered. But it looks interesting. One thing I don't like is the black outline. Like cell shading, sure, but like the black outline, does not look good. But that's my personal opinion, right? I mean, maybe you'll have the option to disable that. That would be pretty sweet. I think the black outline kind of takes away from the from your depth perception and everything, like by faking it, right? So if something is in front of something else that has a black outline on it, okay, that's how I can tell it has a black outline. Well, why not make it so that the shading actually makes it sets apart an item from what it's in front of? Like, for example, a hill that gradually goes down, right? Every block, every step that it takes, I should be able to see that based off the shading, not necessarily the black outline that goes around it. Now, you're probably gonna have both, but why? Why have both? I don't know. It's an artistic decision. I respect that. I don't have to like it. But as you'd probably already guessed, us being a big fans of Cube World, Zam, we already own Cube World forums and Cube World Wiki, so we are definitely looking at this as a candidate for something we might want to do, things for. We're pretty good at that part, and it's. I can't say too much, but let's just say, yeah, we're taking a look at this game as something we potentially want to do stuff for. But they already have a subreddit, which is actually kind of funny. One of the first things I do whenever a game comes out is, within a couple of days when it's announced, of course, right? I go and see if there's a subreddit for it, and I subscribe to it. There's already a subreddit for it. They actually built it themselves. I want to say they created it like yesterday or something. But yeah, they have their own subreddit, and the devs are very active in it, and they're actually going to use it for just general communication to those that use Reddits, which, obviously is not everybody, but hey, at least it's something. But yeah, it's a very interesting game. That's what I'll say. It looks interesting, looks promising. There is a niche there that needs to be filled, and Cube World is unfortunately not doing it. Let's be real. It's not. It's a fun game, but they are definitely not doing their fans a service by not communicating and such. Vox is definitely a strong candidate also to come out because it is straight up voxel based, and it does play and feel pretty good. And I'll give it another shot this next week with updated clients, and I'll show you guys all the crazy shit that you could do. And if anything, it doesn't hurt to have more than one. It doesn't hurt to have more than one take on this, third person action RPG voxel crap, whatever. But that's it, guys. Yeah, so the 4 characters, go if you haven't already checked it out. If you listen to this whole thing and you didn't actually go watch it, then I spoiled the whole thing for you. But you should still go watch it anyways. And then, of course, Tryon's Trove, which if you want to check out the subreddit, it's actually just reddit.com/r/Trove. And yeah, that's it. So my name is Mike B, aka Fony, and I'm gonna go get some food because I'm starving. And I'm going to enjoy my weekend. We have some Hearthstone coming up later today with a deck that you guys are not going to believe, and I mean that in a good way. Let me just say that when I recorded that, last night, like late last night. I may have had a couple drinks. Since then, I have already improved on my win ratio. That's by huge amounts. The one that I'm gonna show you guys in the video today, and I'll probably do another episode on it for over the weekend or for Monday. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see ya.